Did it start? There you go.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second part of our Branding Yourself training. My name is John Stevens. I'll be your host tonight. We have an awesome panel of leaders in this hangout tonight that are going to share some of their expertise and what they've learned with y'all. That way you can see more than me and just Keith. You can see the whole team tonight. It's going to be very powerful. There's a lot of awesome training that's going to be on this Hangout tonight. For those of you who are watching it live and those of you who are going to watch the recording, this is going to be some awesome stuff. So really, without further ado, I don't want to take up too much time on this intro, and we have a lot of people. So I would like to go ahead and welcome the man behind Team D4G, the reason why I'm in the position I am today, and the guy that I look up to as one of the most intelligent mentors I've ever met, Mr. Keith L. Jones.
Wow, thank you, John, for that. I'm not going to even tell you what I'm going to say. Just be surprised when you see your PayPal account. All right?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So, with that being said, we're not going to take up too much of your time. We're going to go ahead and get started. Give me 1 second so I can prepare the, my presentation for you. Great. And lastly, great. All right, so let's get this thing rocking and rolling, ladies and gentlemen. And you should be able to see my screen now. Would somebody please let me know if you see my screen? Hello? Somebody?
Yes,
Can you see my screen? Can you see the
yes.
presentation? All right, great. So if you can, would everybody please mute their lines out for me so we can get a clear, crisp hangout? All right. All right, great. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, today's how to brand yourself and not the company part two. And thank you for coming back. If this is your first time, joining us, thank you for joining us and see what all the hype is about. Last week was a awesome, hangout, and we continue to, try to put out the best product possible. So with that being said, let's get started. Let's show you how to brand yourself and not the company. All right. So great. Today's part two is over your YouTube channel. All right. So we're going to attempt to help you set up a YouTube channel that will help you brand yourself. And through this presentation, I'm going to show you how powerful YouTube can be. Just to give you from a personal experience, I have a young lady that's on the panel today from Jamaica that I never, knew her, met her, or, even had a conversation with her before, but she stumbled across my YouTube channel, and I had certain instructions that I placed in there, and she reached out, and we ended up connecting on Skype, and I answered all their questions about a particular, business I'm in, and needless to say, she's on our panel, and she's part of, Team D4G. So that's how powerful this training can be for you. All right. So today we will cover the KWL sheet. KWL stands for what you know, what would you like to know, and what have you learned. And that's the strategy I'm going to attempt to use while teaching you how to set up your YouTube channel. All right. So again, we're going to go over how to set up the YouTube channel, why branding yourself using YouTube is so important to you and your business and your brand. And we're going to also talk about the four-part series as well. All right, great. So first, in the KWL learning strategy, again, I just previously went over this, but the K stands for what do you know about branding? What do you know about branding yourself? All right. The W stands for what would you like to know about branding yourself? All right. And the L is when we finish, I'm going to ask you, what did you learn about branding yourself through this training? So now I did instruct you to go and get a pen and a piece of paper. Well, the panel I did, and if you're watching this now on YouTube, a pre-recorded, I mean a recorded video, or if you're watching this live, would you please go and take out 5 to 10 seconds, run get a piece of paper and a pencil so you can follow along with this training. I guarantee you, you will learn more and retain more by following through with this strategy. All right. So go ahead, if you're watching this via recording, push pause and go and get it and come back and start. All right. So now you have your piece of paper. Excuse me. Now, as you see in this example, I need you to have 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, and divide that evenly through that one sheet of paper. All right. At the top, make sure you label your name, the date, which is May 28th, 2014, and have a place where you can put the topic. And today's topic is how to brand yourself and not the company. Part 2, YouTube training. All right, so in the first column, I need you to place a K, and under that, I need you to write what I know. The second column, a W, what I want to learn. All right, and the third column, a L, what I have learned. All right, so now what I need you to do is, under that first column, the K, I need you to write 3 to 5 quick statements of what you actually know about branding yourself. Go ahead, I'm gonna give you like 5 to 10 seconds. Just whatever comes to mind, quick. It don't have to be a masterpiece. You don't have. This is not you're not getting graded on this. Just whatever comes to mind. 3 to 5 quick statements. What do you already know about branding yourself? Great. Now, in the second column under the W, what I need you to do, 3 to 5 quick questions. What do you want to learn through this presentation, this Hangout? Right. All right, great. Somebody has just give me 1 second. All right, great. Sorry about that. All right, great. So, write 3 quick questions. What would you like to learn through this training? Great. Now, the L column, again, we're going to leave that to after we're finished with this YouTube training. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. You should have 3 to 5 statements in the K, 3 to 5 questions in the W. Now it's time to find out what you learned. All right, great. So through YouTube, our main reason of using that is to brand you. This is a whole concept that we're using. We're focusing on you. So what you need to do by branding you on YouTube, if you don't have one or you already have one, I encourage you to go ahead and create a whole new brand. Start with your first and last name, first middle name and last name. But what I need you to do is go out and create a Gmail account and a Google account as well. All right, so make sure you use your username for branding purposes. So whatever you want to show up on your YouTube channel, make sure you create a Gmail account with that username. Again, if you have a company, brand the company. If it's Team D4G, I would brand Team D4G. If it's Keith L. Jones, I would create a new Gmail account as keithljones@gmail.com. All right. Now, also make sure you check the setup checklist. All right. And this is a checklist. This is what you want to make sure once you create your YouTube channel, that you want to have a story. What is your story? What is Keith L. Jones' story? I'm not asking you to talk about your business. I would like you to talk about your story, why you're doing what you're doing, why you decided to become part of the MLM industry. Nothing about selling. All right. Another part on one of the checklist is what they should expect from your channel. What value are you going to give them? Something that I would give. I'm going to give you, some of the tips of what to look for to become successful. I could only tell them what I try or what I've tried, and what didn't work, so you won't make that same mistake. So I'm gonna lead by example. All right. Also talk about in your channel setup is the benefits to subscribe to your channel. What would they benefit? Everyone likes value, especially if you're giving them free value. Everyone loves value. All right. Number three is create videos that has interaction and you encourage a lot of comments. All right. A call to action. A call to action within your description could be subscribe to this channel. Um, Click this link and friend me on Facebook. All right. Optimizing your video. I'm gonna go over that a little bit later because that is very important. Entertain, offer value. Again, I spoke about value earlier, but entertain. If anyone has followed me on Facebook, I like a shock value. Even on this picture on the side, it says, "Can I get your attention?" It's in bright, yellow, and it has black letters. Entertain. Be brand you, whatever it is whoever you are, brand you. Unless keep it professional. But if you like to have fun, if you like to, crack jokes, let that come out. Be creative. That's what branding you is. Be the best you could be. It's already a million Jay-Z's. It's already a million Beyonce's, but it's only one you. All right? Great. Now, if you didn't know that Google owns the internet, it roughly, owns 80% of the internet. So why I was telling you to create a Gmail account that you really wanted to brand yourself, through is because they're interrelated. They're interrelated. They're owned by the same person. So whatever you have on your Gmail, account, your thumbnail, it will show up on your YouTube channel. So make sure you use a nice thumbnail. Okay. Look at the webcam when you're talking, when you make videos. Make sure you're giving them, make sure they feel that your audience is, feel like you're talking directly to them. All right. Also use some type of nice background. I will go over that a little bit later as well. All right. Use a channel trailer. Don't make it too long though. All right. Talk about the benefits for subscribing to your channel and use your plans to lead the people. Basically, what that means is let them see a vision. My vision with Hangout with Team D4G is I'm giving value. I'm letting you know that this is where we're going. We're looking to do more Hangouts like this. That's generic. That's talking about any particular company and just give value. So if you would like more value like this, I hope you would come back for part 3. And that's just an example of how I'm using it. All right, and make sure that your YouTube channel is connected to all your social media. If you're on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, make sure you link those links within your description and your icons within YouTube. All right. Remember, one channel, YouTube and Google, one brand. Make sure you're consistent. And that's one of the major things that I could give you from my experience in branding myself. I sometimes I slip up, but I have to catch myself, and I went off the path. None of us is perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm still learning. But again, it always comes back when I see the most success is branding you, branding me. So always remember, it's important to brand me. These companies are wonderful. We're using them as a vehicle, but it ultimately comes down to what we do. We don't get paid from being part of that company. That we get paid for marketing that product. So brand you. All right, great. So also in the ad sections in the playlist, make sure you edit these and label them as business, health, travel, Team D4G, etc. Just make sure you're targeting the market that you want to reach. So really think about what sections you want to add and you really want to target. All right. Great. So again, add links. Make sure you add your Facebook, your Google Plus, your Twitter, your Instagram. Add capture pages, your MySpace, etc. And remember, when you actually set this up, And again, I'm not going on the actual setup of YouTube. This is about branding yourself through YouTube. If you need help with branding, I mean, setting up your YouTube, please go to YouTube and search setting up a YouTube channel. All right. This is about branding yourself. So I just want to make sure I put that disclaimer in there. I'm sorry I waited so long. All right. However, find that top link, and this shows you the header. This is the best one. This is where a lot of individuals get their traffic from because of that top link once they produce and share their videos. So make sure you utilize that top link, okay? You can say examples of getting individuals to click on it. Hey, check out my new video. Ask to place comments, socially interact. When something is going on in the world, do a quick video and ask your friends what do they think about this. All right, simple things, just be creative. A lot of people think it's so hard to get a lot of traffic. It's so hard to brand yourself. You know, the hard thing about it is overthinking it. This industry is simple. You just need to learn the ways and the strategies and the tips and just consistently work on them. All right. Great, and we'll talk about the channel art. All right, so my suggestion is that if you're a novice to this with resizing video, I mean not videos, resizing pictures, or you don't have the software, or you just new, I would suggest that use what YouTube have. It's professional, it's slick, it's chic, it's modern, and you don't have to play with it. Now, if you're advanced and you've been in the industry, you like playing with those type of things, I would suggest you use your own. Whatever you choose to do, my suggestion is to get it up quickly and pick something. All right, great. So build your brand, optimizing your video, offer value, think outside the box, and be creative. I know a lot of this is being repeated. It might seem repetitive, but this is very important. There's no secret to success. The only secret to success is using what you have. So I want to make sure you get this. All right. As for interaction, think of ways to interact with others. When you come up with those ways, incorporate that in your video or in your links or in your description. Comment with good comments. Find someone and interview them and add value. Example, we have a guest speaker today, someone I've personally been doing business with, and I know he has tons of value, and I'm so excited for him to be back for the third time, and you're going to hear from him. So the same things that I'm telling you to do, I'm doing it. So please take note. It's no secret. If you're watching this, the same thing I'm asking you to do, I'm doing it. All right, just like, think of ways to interact with others. Look, I just created a small picture, Team D4G with Kanye, like, what you think? Then I found another picture and said, oh, nah. So either you think D4G is a good a team, or you don't. But it's creative. All right, just be creative, be you. Great. Now optimizing your video. So make sure by optimizing your video, I know I've said this numerous times through this presentation, but I'm gonna tell you a little bit what I mean about what I'm trying to get across. Make sure you have a catchy title. The title of this Hangout is How to Brand Yourself and Not the Company. Catchy. People want to know how to brand themselves. Put keywords in the title. Once you fill in the description, make sure you put the title first, then whatever link you want them to click on, a short description about the video, between 150 to 300 words. And that's optimizing your video. All right, make sure you put in some keywords, whatever field you're in, your name, your brand, throw a blog in there, and always write a little more to stand out. And that's a quick tip. All right, great. Now here's some bonus nuggets that wasn't a part of this training, but I wanted to really give this to you before we move on. So hopefully you can write this down, and always ask for the recording so you can get these again. All right. So I'm thinking that your channel is already set up, and now it's time for you to get your first video. So now, in order to optimize your YouTube channel, you can get more traffic and generate more leads and make more money. I want to give you some extra strategies that I didn't cover earlier. The first thing that I would suggest you do after you set up your SEO optimized YouTube channel would be to create your first video. It doesn't need to be that long, it but the important thing is that you do this first step to get this video up. All right. Example of what the topic might be. Branding you. I'm branding myself. Why you started a particular team or company. I wouldn't suggest you talk about the company. That's just devil's advocate. We're talking about branding yourself, but then you want to talk. You get the idea. All right. Team D4G as a team, as a university, as whatever it is, etc. But just come up with something that will be your first video. One of the options I could also give you that to get your video up and running very quickly would be go to Fiverr.com and order one. Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com. And it's a website where you could go purchase different services for $5. Okay, so you can find individuals that does computers. I mean, not computers, that does videos. Maybe you want a cartoon characters. I see you see individuals out there that have maybe a cartoon character, little video, 2-3 minutes for a particular opportunity. You can find things like that on there. So please write that down. All right, so let me explain about the Fiverr thing is. So your website most likely is selling a product or service. Hopefully you're branding yourself. Therefore, you can go to Fiverr and create a short 1 to 2 minute long video that pre-sales your product, branding yourself. So you can use that video on your website. So that's the first nugget, all right? And I want to not leave you, but I want to, before I go into the second nugget, I want to just think about a quote that I came up with before I do the second nugget. But a quote I came up with earlier was, there's tons of people to help. That's it. Think about that. There is tons of people to help. All right. Now off to nugget number two. That might have went over your head, but hopefully it didn't. All right, nugget two. And then we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. After you get your video ready, replay this part of the Hangout because I want to show you how you could get instant traffic. Please replay this part, all right? Bottom line, traffic is everything. If you have 100 visitors per day, then you always generate leads and make more profit. Here is how to reach it easily. When you register your YouTube channel, you also got a Google Plus account. And I talked about that earlier. You may don't know, but Google Plus is as almost bigger than Facebook, and it's easier to leverage and make more money using it for our marketing purposes. See, if you're selling something, you always know who your competitors are or what kind of brands they like. See, what you could do is search those names on Google Plus and add every single person who are in their circles. All right. This way, you will build a targeted list, and you can send messages which G Plus will deliver to their inbox on your behalf. This strategy will not only help you get traffic, but will help your videos rank faster to get even more views, subscribers, and more profit. And remember, give value. Right, and before this is the end of my portion, I just want to do a quick shout out to Team D4G. June 1st, 2014 will be our year anniversary, and I want to thank each and every member of Team D4G, new and old, past and future, and the ones that's going to ask more about it and join our movement. Thank you for the memories, and it's only the beginning. All right, so with that being said, what I would like to do, ladies and gentlemen, is first come out of the screen so you can see this. Give me 1 second. Can you see me? Can I get a thumbs up? All right, great, great, great. All right, so what, ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like to do next is have a great friend of mine that I know for the past year come and just piggyback off of branding yourself. And this, I don't know what to say. I'm just excited that he's back and he's going to give us, 5 to 10 minutes of his time and just enlighten us on this whole concept of branding yourself. So with that being said, it is my pleasure to introduce a business partner of mine. We won't keep it generic. We're not going to talk about no businesses, but someone I've grown to call a friend, Mr. Chauncey Wyatt. Chauncey, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. The hangout is yours.
All right, great. Well, first of all, Keith, you're an amazing leader, and I think everybody who's on this call should be very appreciative of the effort that you give when you're doing this. And not often do you find many people who take the time out to deliver very practical advice as it relates to branding yourself. So, and I certainly ascribe to what you're saying because I've certainly been exactly at this place. I think we never leave this basic foundational training that you're given. We just only perfect it and get better with it. And but what you're doing for people is absolutely amazing. And so I'd say huge kudos to you. As you already know, I think you're the bomb. But why do you sound like Jay-Z when you laugh? I had to actually look at the screen. I thought Jay-Z had jumped on the phone. But nonetheless, branding yourself, not the company. I'm going to do this in about 10 minutes. Keith, if I get more than that, just go ahead and pull the plug on me. Let me know. I did a similar presentation like this a few years ago to a small business group. And so I'm going to try and dissect this branding yourself concept or this phrase in about 10 minutes or less. And I'll do my best at it. I'm going to try and approach this from a philosophical perspective, not so much a practical perspective as Keith did. But let's talk about the phrase branding yourself. It starts with branding yourself, not a company. The company is not a brand. A company is a building, it's an office, it's an institution, it's a place in which we go to get a check, or they write checks, or they pay taxes, but they are not a brand. That's why the word brand and company are two different words, because they're two different things. And I think most companies get this wrong because they often equate a brand to a logo or to a phrase or to something like that. But in fact, a brand is neither a logo, phrase, a marketing scheme. What a brand is really simple. It's a piece of iron. It's a piece of iron. But watch this. It's a piece of iron that's placed in fire. And when taken out of that fire, it leaves a lasting impression on the one it touches. I want you to think about this, because what Keith said is really important. He talked about you being the brand, but let's really analyze what a brand is. It's a piece of iron that goes through a heated situation in order to leave a lasting impression. And I'm here to tell you, folks, the company, whatever we're doing to make money, is not the brand. We are the brand. We are that piece of iron. But here's the question I got for us. Are we willing to go through the heat? Are we willing to go through the fire to leave that lasting impression? Are we willing to do that? Because what a brand is not, it's not a tattoo. A brand is not a tattoo. A tattoo can be removed, it could be erased, it could be colored around. That's because a tattoo doesn't have any authenticity. That's because a tattoo never had to suffer or endure anything to become a tattoo. But a brand that makes that lasting impression, had to go through a heated situation, had to go through a fiery circumstance to leave that lasting impression on the one it touches. It's just like gold. It's refined. And anytime you go through a heated situation or through a trial or through a test in business or in life, it's only used, that fire is only used to burn away the impurities of you being your true self to whatever it is you choose to do. Because otherwise, when you have impurities, you're going to be labeled as fake. And everyone knows a fake when they see it. They go through the motions, they talk the talk, but they rarely walk the walk. If they didn't make $1 million last week, they've quit. So my question to us is, are we going to brand ourselves? Are we going to be willing to go through that fire? Are we going to be willing to go through that heat in order to leave that lasting impression? Or are we waiting for that next $1 billion check next week, and if we don't get it, we're back to most people are? Are we willing to do that? Because that was my problem. I connected with people who were tattoos, who wanted something quick, not so much pain, and easy. They weren't willing to brand themselves. And you know what? Those very people are working for someone else today. Because great brands, they go through it. They deal with it. They get up early. They go down late. Because they're authentic into who they are. The only way you can brand yourself, people, is by being true, completely true to who you are. And that trueness, that realness, that authenticity only comes through a matter of going through a fiery circumstance or something that gave you the value, that burnt away the impurities of you being a fake and a fraud. You guys still with me? Keith? Okay, I'm good. I thought I heard something. You being a freak and a fraud, and if you can't hear me, guys, I apologize. My system, I got a brand new computer, so a lot of this stuff is kind of weird. So let me finish off this by saying, let me give you 3 things that I think in branding yourself you really got to realize. Number 1, people don't buy products and services. They don't buy products and services. What they buy are emotions, feelings, and experiences. A product or service, anything that you're selling, is only a means to connect that person to that emotion, thought, or feeling. That's all that is. Think about that car you bought. You bought it because the way you felt about it. Think about that person you're dating or that person you married. You connected with them because of the way they made you feel about yourself. People don't buy products and services. They buy emotions, thoughts, and experiences. Think about McDonald's. Think about fast food restaurants. They spend millions of dollars on upgrading the way you feel when you come into the store. The French fries and the burgers are still the same. They were the same for the last 50 years. But what did they do? They wanted to create a new experience, a brand, something authentic, something real. This is what people do. They don't buy into products and services. And people could easily spot fakes. And I bring this to point number 2. So point number 1, people don't buy products and services. They buy emotions, feelings, and experiences. Keep that in mind. Number 2, people know what's real. They know what's refined. They know what's authentic. Do you, not the company, okay? Because you are a reflection of everything you do. And the simple fact of the matter, if you're just simply selling a product, though you may be successful, you can only be successful but so long if that product does not reflect the brand in you. The brand in you is simply you having been through what it is that you need to have gone through to rid yourselves of impurities so that you can come across authentic and real. And when you're real, it's something that the heart can feel. It's something that people can resonate with. You ever heard someone sing and you felt what they were singing about? You felt it. When you go to a concert, you're not going because you want to hear something. You're going because you want to feel something. It's called brand. Most people never get what I'm talking about. Most companies never get what I'm talking about. They lack the identity of what a brand really is. It's nothing but a piece of iron that went through a heated situation that made a lasting impression on the people it touched. If you're not touching anyone, if you're not making sense to anyone, you're not making it to yourself, and you're being a fake. Find out who you are. Don't run away from trouble. Trouble is only a way to rid you of the impurities of your true, authentic self. Point number 3. You get 1 and 2 right, you create more opportunities. So if you got the idea that people don't buy products and services, they buy thoughts, emotions, and experiences. If you understand that people know what's real and they can spot a fake, if you got those 2 things right, number 3 means opportunity. Here's what I mean by that. Think about a tree. A tree is completely tied into one thing, and that's given oxygen. One thing, it knows its authentic self. It had to go through the dirt. It had to rise above a dirty situation to become 60 feet tall. And because it was authentic unto itself, it grew branches. And when it grew branches, it bared fruit. And because it bared fruit, it never died. And it constantly bears fruit. It constantly gives oxygen because it's authentic unto itself. When you're true to who you are, when you've gone through whatever you've needed to go through to become authentic, when you've burned away all the fake stuff away from you, all the superficial crap that we normally see, oh, I got to have a big car, I got to have a big house. When you've developed a true and sincere purpose, everything you do will reflect on the brand in which you are. You know what, guys? I didn't even write that down. I hope you recorded it, Keith. I want to hear it back. Thank you so much, man. This was really great. I love what you're doing, man. Keep at it. And guys, hang in there. Brand yourself. Don't brand a company. A company is only nothing but a building. You are the brand. You make life whatever you choose to make it. With that being said, thank you, guys. I'm signing off. Appreciate it.
Wow, thank you, Chauncey. You see why I'm excited to have value like this on the call, on the Hangout. So, Mr. Wyatt, thank you for hanging out with Team D4G. I got Hangout bombed. I see Sean did too. This is Nora L. Jones. I'm giving her a brand already. Nora L. Jones. All right. Say hi, Nora. Hi. Say thank you, Chauncey. Thank you. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. Say thank you, Chauncey. Thank you, Chauncey. Do you hear her?
Yeah, she's cute.
Right.
She's cute. Thanks a lot, Keith. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. I thank you even more, man.
You got it.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so that's the conclusion of the training portion of the brand. So now it's time for the L portion. So I'm gonna go around to the panel and ask them what did they learn from how to brand yourself and not the company. Part 2. Say part 2. Say it with your chest. Say part 2. All right, she want to be shy. I'm gonna get her out of that soon. All right. But first person is one of our newbies. They were supposed to be on here last week and everything, but they had technical difficulties. I think she was kind of nervous. But Ms. Sean Perry, man, could you please tell me, not tell me, but tell the panel and anybody out there in Hangout land what you learned about branding yourself and not the company.
Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? So one of the takeaways that I got from this Hangout tonight was actually something that Chauncey said, which I thought was really good. I mean, we always hear that people don't buy products, they buy you. But I like the way that he put it. People don't buy products. People buy emotions, thoughts, and experiences. And I think when you can give people a good experience, I think they really appreciate that. And not only that, it will make them want to come back and now continue to buy from you and, always kind of listen to what you have to say. So that was my big takeaway. All right.
Great. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for being part of this experience. Another newbie to the team. I'm not going to talk about it, man. This guy, man, I didn't personally bring him in, but he basically he clicked with one of the other panel members, and he pretty much came in with a ball of fire, and he really practices branding himself as well. So, Mr. Maurice, new to Team D4G, would you please just tell the panel and anyone out there that's watching the Hangout land, what did you take away? What did you learn from this Hangout?
I learned that people love to know what's real and be a part of something real. Like people can spot a fake a mile away. So when you give your heart to somebody, like when I met Eric, he said, "Man, I want you to know who I am." You know what I mean? And that was really the connection. Because he didn't try and sell me on a particular company or anything like that. He let me know who he was. He said, look at who I am. And I looked, I was highly impressed. I'm still impressed every day I talk to him. You know what I mean? And you know, just like the lady just said, you know, emotions, thoughts, and the experience, man, you can't like put a price tag on that. You can't put a price tag on that whatsoever. Like people are going to do business with you. Like I always tell like my the people who I do business with that your downline is like your lifeline. Without your downline, you're not going to breathe. So put a chokehold on it and make sure that they're secure in doing business dealings with you. So I got a lot of reassurance, and I'm glad I was on this call tonight.
Thank you, and we are happy to have you part of Team D4G, sir. All right, I'm just gonna go down the line for my screen. So I'm gonna ask a gentleman that recently, I've been, giving it to him a little bit. Recently hit a rank today within our team, man. He hit the rank of captain. It wasn't today. It was yesterday, wasn't it, John? It was yesterday. All right, sorry. I've been so busy getting ready for this and dealing with this monster right here. But he hit the rank of captain, which is 25 personal sponsored people in our primary business. All right, but that's something that he would tell you. What did he learn from this particular hangout? So, John, would you please let the people know?
Yes. Can you hear me, Keith? All right. Awesome. Awesome. I've learned a lot of things from this actually. Two the two people that's gone before me, those were very powerful nuggets that I pulled from this also. And people really don't join companies, or they don't want to. They're not. I'm not necessarily saying they don't want to buy the products, but they don't necessarily care to buy the products. Like they want an opportunity, but they want an opportunity with somebody who is going to put them on the right path or lead them, so to say. And that's what I mean. That's how I've reached the rank of captain, or I have 25 personally sponsored business partners, is because those 25 people, interacted with me. I used this attraction marketing. They came to me. They talked to me. They said, hey, this is what I'm interested in. This is what I want to do. And I talked with them. I was a real person. When they asked me questions, I don't lie to them. I don't fake, oh, I'm a millionaire, blah, blah. No, it's nothing like that. Like, I'm 100% real with these people and tell them what I have to offer them. And, that apparently is enough, to get them, to want to join me. So that was, I guess, the powerful thing that I've gotten from the whole experience of branding yourself that's got me to that level. Also, the one thing I learned that I thought was pretty cool actually is, I've been trying to figure out how to diversify my YouTube, because I've got like 15 videos on there, and then, it's all about like companies or, promoting success, which is all, a good thing. But the what's going on in the world, what you said, Keith, was awesome, because I talked to you about, maybe doing like daily motivation or something like that. But I mean, I can do 7 of those and then just post them every day for each day. But this is something like something crazy happens, you can make a video about it. And I mean, this is something that people search YouTube when they hear about stuff and they want to see it. So you make a video with the right title, the right keywords and everything, they're going to see your video and they're going to see your presentation of what happened in the world that day, and you could get 1 million views. I mean, if you follow the instructions that are in this this training, I mean, and have all the right keywords, have the right phrases, everything. I mean, it's going to draw so much traffic. So that was something very powerful that I learned. I'm going to start implementing that tomorrow, or as soon as the next big event occurs. There's always something. So yeah, that's the nuggets that I pulled from this tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, and I'm going to show you how powerful this, this actually strategy works. The next individual on the panel that I met through YouTube or found me through YouTube, you can roll your eyes. I see it now. I can see you. I see you. All right. But I met her, rather, on YouTube, and I guess this is an eye opener to her, and so she could see because one of her big questions was, I need to find out how to get people outside my country, outside my country. So hopefully this has helped you. So Miss Jody Ann, would you please, announce to the panel and to the Hangout world what you learned for this particular training? You're on mute. I'm gonna unmute you. Don't be shy. Unmute yourself, please. I can't do it. Are you there? Can you hear me? Oh, I guess not. Jody Ann.
Yes.
Okay. Could you please? Don't be scared now. I saw you put. Come on. Would you
Yes,
please?
I am.
All right. Could you please, let us know what you learned through this hangout, please?
Well, pretty much about the YouTube channel, about how to go about setting up the channel. I thought that was actually very important in terms of allowing your brand to be consistent throughout your channel. So when persons go to your channel, they'll know what you're all about. Also, um, the benefits, letting them know the benefits of subscribing to your channel and what to expect from your channel. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry, I'm so shy. I'll get used to it soon.
Not a problem. That's what we worked on. So good job. So thank you for
Okay.
attending. And remember, if YouTube wasn't as powerful as it is, we wouldn't have met Joey. So, just imagine how many future business partners or things of that nature you're going to meet outside of your country. All right. So welcome to the team. All right, now I did this on purpose because I know this gentleman. I know he's been taking all this in. We had numerous talks for the previous week, and this is, something that he wanted to learn about. He actually spoke about this last week, and he was actually the guest speaker last week. So, with that being said, I would like one of my mentors, Mr. Gregory Napier, explain to us what did he learn from this hangout. So, Gregory, would you please go?
Can you hear me, Keith? Loud and clear.
Yes, sir.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm. First of all, I just want to say thank you to the young man that came on, Mr. Chauncey. Is that his first name, Chauncey? Chauncey Wyatt. Okay, is he still there? Can you hear me? Oh, is he gone? Okay. Nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm sorry. I had it on mute. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you hit on a lot of points that I've been I want to just personally thank Keith again for having this. We need this. Keith and I have talked about this on several occasions on the importance of branding you because we get just so many people who, and it's not their fault that they come out because I was one of the victims as well. Coming out, this is what you're taught to come out and talk about the company, come talk about the products, talk about the services, and then for whatever reason that company or those services go away, you're stuck, and now everybody sees you as the person that's known as what we call a snake oil salesman. So now this week is this, that week is this, and you just go on and on. So this right here, you could talk about branding yourself and becoming you in corporation forever and a day. That's one of my biggest takeaways was, and it's near dear to me as all, and I'm constantly preaching this each and every day to people that I come in contact with. Forget about the company. The company is wonderful. It's just a vehicle that we use. So that was a great illustration you gave on the branding part. I really didn't like the part about the iron and all that because that is a permanent fixture. But needless to say, that whole concept right there of us becoming part of ourselves, and people can spot a fake a mile away. You may not think it when you're out there, but if you're giving out the wrong information, or you're telling people you're making $1 million, or you're a six-figure earner, they're going to find that out real fast. So the best thing to do is just be you. If you don't, like I said this probably the last time, if you don't have a one rep or you have no reps, just position yourself. So my biggest takeaway is always going to be to continue branding you. And again, that the YouTube, setting up your YouTube channel, I did learn some things. Even though I have a YouTube channel, I still can tweak it. I can never stop being a student. That's the thing that I tell people all the time. I mean, you've never arrived. The day that you arrive is the day that you're dead. So, and I didn't write that down. So I definitely want to hear that again. So with that said, I'm going to turn it back over to you, Keith. You're doing a phenomenal job. Keep up the great work you're doing. You saved that youngster for last, and that's wonderful. Because that youngster right there is going to be he's going to create another income stream that's called a 9-figure earner. I mentioned that to Keith the other day. Yeah, 9-figure. I don't even know if there's such a thing, but I'm sure it is. We put 9 figures on it. But go ahead, Keith. Thank you so much. Mr. Wyatt, you did an awesome job. Keep up the great work. And I will probably be sending you a friend request.
You got it. Appreciate it.
All right, thank you, awesome. One thing I wanted to piggyback off of you, Gregory, is I totally get where Mr. White was talking about the branding and that iron, because I'm part of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, Blue Phi, and I have a brand. So I totally get that, and that's why I guess it resonates with me so well about branding myself, because it is a lasting impression. All right. So with that being said, I would like to introduce another member of Team D4G that actually, branded himself so well that he brought in, Maurice onto the panel, and he's Maurice's sponsor in this particular opportunity. But I'd like to bring in a close, I want to call him a mentor of mine, because he shows me a lot that I didn't know about myself just by talking to him, and just masterminding. So it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Eric Ginyard, Jr. EJ, would you please let everyone know what did you learn from this particular hangout?
Great. Can you hear me pretty good, Keith?
Yes, sir.
There's so much. I'm just privileged to be on the panel again. I do want to say that it is a blessing to actually be able to communicate. This industry is all about communication. This industry is all about communication. Without that and knowledge that we provide, we would not have this industry. So that's the backbone of this whole industry, is communication. And the main thing was, I learned so much today that is crazy. Just about building your brand. You really touched on optimizing videos and building your brand, and gaining that personal relationship by sending out positive comments to other posts and other videos, and letting your name be known. So that's actually what I learned from it, is actually giving that positive feedback and just being yourself. So many times there are companies that are used to a certain culture that you have grown into that culture. So you don't know any better, and people aren't there to teach you the certain ways to go about getting around that. And so that's why we're here discussing it today, is because we want to provide that knowledge so that everybody knows how to be you incorporated. So that's why I love this hangout today, is because we are teaching to be you incorporated. Not only that, when Mr. Chauncey really hit on, you are not selling a product, you're selling emotions, you're selling your thoughts and your experiences. That's so strong, because you're definitely doing that. We're out here expressing ourselves. When I met Chauncey, he's like a brother. Everybody here is like family. We are family, But when it came to that close relationship, I was like, look, you don't have to know anything about the company I'm in. I want you to know who Eric D. Gilliard Jr. is, because I am definitely, you incorporated. I want you to know how my journey is. And, it wasn't through YouTube. It was through a different source. But nonetheless, we clicked and we connected on a spiritual, a very, very personal mindset, because we had the same mindset. We had that unity so quickly. And that's really what motivates me, is being able to touch, whether you're from the US or you're from other countries, we're able to connect in different, planes of the world. That's what motivates me. So I've learned so much. I could just talk about this for so many different areas, and like providing value, making your own personal email your name. You really hit on a lot of points. So I just wanted to say that, it's really, really inspiring to be on here. I've learned so much, and I definitely look forward to part three. I'm definitely looking forward to part three.
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you being on both parts, man. Great job, and continue to build your brand. And the last individual I would like to, ask what did they learn? It was the guest speaker, because I'm always believe that we can learn something new every day. So hopefully he was able to come to the third one, third time, three times a charm. Were you able to learn anything, my great friend, Mr. Chauncey Wyatt?
Well, Keith, I'm always learning, and I think one of your panelists said is that the day, and I just posted this on my Facebook page, the day that you've arrived is the day that you've died, and you never stop learning, which is one of the reasons I didn't want to just say what I had to say and jump off. I wanted to hear what the thoughts of people were, and obviously your training. I mean, it's all a reiteration sometimes of what you know and a lot of what you don't know, and every moment is a moment of learning. It's a moment of taking something in and becoming better. So absolutely, and if anything I've learned beyond even a practical approach is the sinqua of people and what we mean to each other. And one, though this may not be thousands of people on here, it doesn't take thousands. It only takes one. And what I've learned is that to build a house, it takes one brick at a time. And I think, in the process of branding, like you've discussed tonight, is that getting the fundamental things down. I mean, I really like how what you're doing with YouTube is by making your character known, being authentic, being real. And the only reason that comes across so well for you, Keith, is because you haven't given up. You actually you were just like that iron ore that went through that fire, took the criticism, and now you're making lasting impacts, which is why me and you are developing a strong friendships, which is why you and all the rest of the people on this panel and on the call or on the Hangout tonight are still here and going to be a part of part three and so forth and so on, which is another reason that forever, as long as I'm doing what I'm doing, man, I've got your back because you're authentic and you're real. And if anything I've learned was just that tonight, and seeing how patient and how meticulous you've been in really helping everyone polish their skill set, not going above their heads, but meeting us right where we are and giving us the information that we need to be better. So it's all a learning experience when I deal with you, man. You're a master's degree, so you're big time college. So I'm always soaking in some knowledge. So I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you. You wasn't supposed to tell them that. I think they just need to know I'm doing that. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate you. Thank you. I'm always have your back as well, sir.
You got it.
All right, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. This wasn't rehearsed. I did the KWL. You written down some things that you wanted to learn, or I'm sorry, that you knew. You written down some things that you wanted to learn, and the panelists, they shared with you what they learned. So hopefully this is a powerful strategy that you can use within your team. It's a KWL strategy. It's very simple, but it helps you retain what you've learned. This is the second time I used it on this. I'm going to continue to use it as a format. So if you keep coming back and get some of this value, if you come back and hang out with Team D4G, you know what type of structure we're going to use. All right. So I just want to give a couple people a couple of quick shout outs. We're reaching the hour point, which is good. My daughter is falling asleep. She's part of my brand. Hint, hint. I love kids. KJ love the children. He love the children. All right. I want to shout out to, again, John Stevens for hitting the rank of captain of 25, 25 people personally. brought in with us. I want to shout out to Michael. What's Michael's last name? I want to chop it up. John.
Talento.
Yeah, Talento. What he said, he hit 5 star as well. I would like to shout out one of the panelists as well, Maurice, for hitting 5 star in 24 hours. Great job, brother. Continue to brand yourself. We're in the tri-state area, so we definitely have to link up and do big things. All right. Also for hitting 5 star, Francesca. Dominic, he didn't hit no rank, but he hit a milestone. He hit 30 people within, I'm not going to say within, but he personally brought in 30 business partners. So that's a huge shout out to him as well. If there's anyone that I missed, I do apologize. Inbox me and curse me out. All right. But with that being said, I would like to send this back to Mr. John Stevens so he can close this out and you can be about your way.
Hey Keith, I'm sorry. Before John closes out, can I just
No, no, that wasn't in the script. No. See, everybody want to be their own thing. This is my brand. My brand. Nah. Well, go ahead, Sean. I'm just playing.
But it's actually for Jody Ann, who said that she was shy. And one of the things that we all kind of learn in this business is, sometimes I've dealt with this myself. I don't have anything to blog about. I don't have anything to shoot a video about. But I actually have. I think we all could shoot a video tonight just about what we learned and being on the Hangout. And for Jody, I started out and I only had a few videos on YouTube. But you got to start somewhere. And if you look at any of our channels, you look at my channel in particular, you'll see where you can kind of see the growth. You see where I started out. Maybe the lighting might have been a little dark or whatever, but just get yourself out there. You got to step out of your comfort zone. It's not easy, trust me. I don't like the way my voice sounds on video, and I don't like the way I look on camera. I don't like to smile a whole lot. But, I think once we do it, but what people want to see is the authenticity of that. And it's okay if you stumble. I talk fast. Sometimes my words get a little, I can get a little jumbled up and stuff. But it's okay because people are really seeing the true you. They're seeing the authentic you, and it's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? So, I say to anybody, if you haven't shot a video, or if you have and you got 50, you got 200, we can always find something to shoot a video about. Shoot a video when you're out, just having fun, because people want to see you. It doesn't always have to be about business. Oh, I'm out today shopping, hanging out with my friends, having a good time. And as you start to really, work your business, whatever business that is, and you really start to work it and you're out shopping and your business is paying for you to be out and stuff, record those things. You'd be surprised that all the likes and comments people will get, from looking at a picture with Keith and his daughter, and just kind of hanging out, eating pizza, or eating a salad because he's trying to eat healthy now, so just it's okay, and you have everybody here within the group that can kind of help you, and practice makes perfect. We're all still learning. I'm still learning, but just keep at it. You eventually you'll find that you have more to talk about than you think you do. So that's kind of what I wanted to say. That was it.
That wasn't part of our deal, so don't be talking about Keith. Go ahead and send me something to my PayPal. That was
you already have the email address.
That was already pro bono.
You already have the email address. I'm not even worried about it.
Thank you for that, Sean. I do appreciate that. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, again, my name is Keith L. Jones, and I do appreciate you for hanging out with Team D4G. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and shoot this to John so we can close this out. I just want to say thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on part 3. John, take it away.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, Keith, for this hangout tonight. This was powerful. I love hanging out with Team. I mean, I'm on Team D4G, but I personally love hanging out with the rest of Team D4G, or the ones that can get on this panel or on this hangout. You guys are awesome. Everything that you went over is awesome. Sean, if you need to keep putting on that hat to keep doing your thing, then you just keep putting on that hat, because that was really awesome too. So make it short. Next week, I believe June 4th, next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, will be part 3 of this series of branding yourself. I'm not entirely sure what that is. It's kind of a secret. Yes, it is a secret. Okay, it's a secret what exactly is going on. next week. But it's going to be awesome. You guys should definitely be there. You know, if you're watching this recording, definitely get ready and geared up for next Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, because I have a feeling if it's anything like it was tonight, then it is going to be powerful. With that being said, thank you everybody for coming out.